Good evening to everybody. I hope everyone is having a good night. I had a pretty long day, pretty interesting day. And unfortunately, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I am feeling a little bit under the weather. Thankfully, not as bad as I did the last 2 days at work. But I work tomorrow, so we'll have to see how that goes. So there may be some extra snuffles, but we are just here hanging out, and that'll be that. Oh, what the heck did I do? Alright, there we go. Back to normal. So, Mr. Freddy has decided that the new lounge chair is his. And you can see the mark his butt has decided to make in it. And that's okay. But that's now his comfy chair, which is pretty neat because we always want Freddy to be comfy. So he has that chair. I still have my old barbershop chair that I found at a garage sale. So we're just hanging out together, and that is actually pretty much it. I've been trying my best to clean up and get everything squared away around the house. As I have complained about before, it's difficult to keep up with everything. I had to move out of Freddy's way because he wants to jump and slide. You got a good slide right there, buddy. It was a good slide. Yeah. But he's just going to be roaming around, following me. Pretty standard. Pretty standard with Freddy. And for those of you who have been here before, you already know that's kind of how Freddy does things. So we're going to go ahead and give him the opportunity to run around, and he'll come join us in just a minute, I am certain. But we'll also find out. So, as I said, and again, my apologies, my voice is a little bit off because I am a little bit under the weather. And Freddy knows I'm a little bit under the weather, but he still does what he does. And right now, he just wants to hang out in the room that is up in front because, like I said, he has now claimed the new lounge chair as his chair. But apparently, again, I am the one that pays the bills, and it's his house. So that's how we're gonna roll. Isn't that right, buddy? Is it? Yes, of course that's right. I know it. But Freddie wanted a couple snacks, and he was really good earlier when I had somebody else over here at the house. Happy birthday for you, Freddie. Are you gonna say hi to Chris? Or happy birthday to its Callie baby? Well, he'll say happy birthday in a minute. Right now, he's just more interested in giving himself a good rub down. Mwah. And I don't know how Freddie would convey happy birthday, but he definitely would wish it for you. Dundrell, thank you very much for joining us and for wishing its Callie baby a happy birthday. And I hope you have a great one. And it's funny, it's my sister's birthday. And so I gave her a call earlier, and that is where I got Freddie from my sister. And she still has his brother and three of his sisters. And Freddy just happens to live with me now. He's my son. I don't know what he's cleaning now. Oh, your tail cleaning? Okay. I can give Freddy a big hug. Come here, buddy. Well, he was cleaning, so he might not be happy about that hug at the moment, but he's still happy to get himself some loving. Freddy is awesome, and I apologize for how bright the light is in this room. Freddy is 5, but it's gonna get dark for a second because the lighting in this room just sucks. But Freddy will be following us. Trust me on that. Because he knows there's going to be some snacks coming. Your dog is 1. Well, he's doing good then. Freddy is 5. I've had him for 3 years now. And we just enjoy hanging out. And we get along really well. Oh. Yeah, I mean, they're always pains in the butt. But I love him too. He's just grooming before he takes center stage. But he will. He'll come out in a minute. So, we've had a pretty active day. Freddy has a lot of energy too, but then again, he's an orange cat, so they have like this built-in Duracell kind of battery. Are you going up there? Alright, buddy. What are you doing, bud? Now you're ready to say hi? You got yourself all cleaned up? Uh-oh. The treats. Can't forget the treats. Are you gonna do it? Good boy. So yeah, Freddy has a lot of energy. But he is an orange cat, like I said. It's normal for them to cause complete mayhem and run around while they do it. But that is in their nature, and that's fine. Sorry. Grabbing my juice. Whenever I feel under the weather, I feel the need to just drink a lot of juice. So, while I'm definitely getting my juice in. And Freddy and I are just hanging out. So, this is a channel where we do have a lot of convos, and everybody is welcome to chime in. And Chris, if they weren't a pain in the butt, would you love them as much? Personally, while Freddy does drive me nuts on occasion, I love him even more for the fact that he does drive me insane sometimes. And that's just the nature of the beast right there. But he's my boy, and he's amazing, and we have a lot of fun. We really do. Aside from when he is breaking glass or something in the middle of the night, because that does suck a little bit. And anyone who has had an animal or a pet break something in the middle of the night when you were peacefully sleeping, I totally understand. Because it does. It wakes you up. And then you're like, alright, well, I gotta clean this up. Freddy did manage to knock over an entire glass of pomegranate juice one time on my carpet, and I rent my apartment. And I was like, well, that red stain's gonna cost me about $700, unless I clean it right now. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Again, I do apologize for my voice. I'm a bit nasally, And unfortunately, everybody that I have been working with has been sick at some point. And after about a month and a half, I feel like they finally got me. You guys finally got me sick. And Freddy is like, yep, I know you're sick, Dad. I can hear it. But yeah, they finally got me at work. So, I mean, it happens. What can you do? Figure if you get sick only like one time a year, you're not doing bad. I would still prefer to avoid it. But uh, when people come in, they're not doing well, it eventually spreads. So, tonight, I figure Freddy and I are just going to hang out with you guys a little bit. And, yeah, you're a good boy. Wants me to keep the pets around there for the moment. Good boy. But on occasion, oop, paw check. We doing a paw check? Are you gonna show your extra toes? You can show your extra toes, buddy. Sometimes he is not in the mood for me to play with his feet. But Freddy has 7 toes on his front feet. And he tries to hide them. But it's because he still has his claws. To him, those are the weapons of choice. So he doesn't like anyone to play with him too often. But I will. Because I am Dad. Isn't that right, buddy? Oh. Bonham, Bonham, Bonham. Give kisses? There you go. He's a good boy. And he's fun. And we do enjoy our walks and everything else. Pretty soon, I do want to try taking him down by one of the lakes. And of course, it's Central Florida. There's a lot of lakes. But I also want to make sure that he's safe. Because alligator versus my cat, alligator's going to win, but I am going to get involved. So, what was that look, buddy? Alright. Constant grooming. So there's one of his extra toes while he's not looking. We're going to sneak up and we're going to get a shot. And there's an extra one also right. Whoop. He caught me. He caught me looking. But that's okay. So there are some people that I do owe an apology to. And for anyone who was here when I fell asleep on a stream, I do apologize. But I was working a lot and I was tired. And so, I mean, it happens. You know, I'm human. Mostly, I think. Anyway. By, everything that seems to check out. So, but yeah, I think we are going to go down by a lake. And my thing is just to make sure it's active enough to where there's no gators that could cause an issue. Because it's Florida, and if you've ever seen OMG, It's Wicks, he will tell you very correctly, if there's water, there's a wonderful chance for there to contain an alligator. Because it is Florida. It's normal. Oh. I wish I did not feel like the bottom of a shoe. What's wrong, buddy? Alright. I know. We got you really active earlier in the day. But we're having fun. We're doing a little photo shoot for a friend. It ended up working out pretty well. We'll have final results in like a month. But we'll see how it goes. But I guess Freddy is a little tired after having somebody over at the house that he got to play with and whose shoes he also tried to commandeer. Because he wanted their shoes as much as he usually wants my shoes. And that's okay. I mean, that's Freddy. It's to be expected. So, I hope everyone is doing well. It's quiet tonight, but then again, it's Wednesday here. It is around a little bit after midnight Eastern Standard Time. What's that little spot, buddy? Oh. Did you catch a drop of water? Maybe. Maybe not. Oh. He's got a little crazy look on him right now. But the weather's been nuts because of all the thunderstorms that we've been dealing with down here. And Freddy, of course, has had to deal with more than a few of them while I was at work. And so he might get a little bit cagey on occasion. Oh, look, buddy. The Freddy floof. All your floofs. It's his little furry cloud belly. And he wants to play. Do you want to play? More than likely, yes. So, I'll grab one of his toys in a second. Just to keep him happy. Because I am a big believer in keeping the pets happy. Keeping the fam happy that way, basically. So again, I hope everyone is doing well. Oh, my nose. Hey, Julia. How are you? Good to see you. I hope everything's doing well for you. So, I did manage briefly to get Freddy inside of the helmet again. Inside of Finn's helmet, his little home. But still, I've already decided, yeah, that's gotta go to somebody. I just don't know what kind of a contest to run for that. Yeah, I got him, I think it was maybe twice as long as the first time. Maybe. Not certain on that. But we got him in there again. For which I was super happy. Sorry. I'm grabbing some pomegranate juice. Because that is one of my go-tos when I am not feeling my best. But let me put you down for like 10 seconds. Because I need 2 hands to open up the container. Oh. There we go. I know this stuff is like kind of expensive, but it's so good. It's like super tasty. If you like pomegranates, anyway. But I do. Alright, buddy. Freddy has been in grooming mode like nonstop, and I think it's partially because of all the storms. So I think he's just gotten a. Freddy, you want to say hi to Julia? She's somebody that helped me get you to sneak into the helmet. Kisses? Good boy. So that is kisses for everybody watching, but good job, boy. But yeah, had to do a photo shoot earlier for a friend. Now I have to edit all those photos. Sometimes I should really think about what I sign up for. But that's fine. And it'll be fun. We'll see where it goes. It will be a lot of work, but I'm not going to let it take away from my channel and take away from my time with Freddy. Because, thankfully, I can do a lot of that work right here at home, which is super cool. And one of those things that I think everybody would really like, being able to do everything at your house. Now, Freddy knows I'm going to be grabbing one of his toys pretty soon. And so I think he's just kind of gauging my movement towards one of his toys. And that's why I have you guys at ground level with me right now. Because I know he wants to play. And it's more or less a game of me trying to find a way to grab one or two without him really going crazy. However, he has his favorites, but tonight I'm going to break out one of the originals. It's one of the old ones right here. And Freddy used to absolutely love this toy. Again, this is another one that is kind of a Franken toy. Because he had basically destroyed it so many times. So it's like 4 or 5 different toys all like combined into one. But there you go, buddy. Oh, caught me. That's the only reason why I don't like this one. Because the streamers on it are long enough to where with his claws he'll catch it quick, and he needs a little bit more of a chase, but it does keep him active and it keeps him going, and it's always good to maintain the energy. You catch it, buddy? Good boy. Are you gonna let go of it? Or am I gonna grab another toy? Because I did bring 2. Maybe. Oh, good boy. But you're showing off your skills, Freddy. They're going to expect them. He's such a good boy. Oh. Yeah, Freddy does that. He likes to lay down on my head or right on top of my chest. And so I do have to be a little... Your cat snuck back in. Yep. Probably darted in right when you were shutting the door. I am so super cautious when I am opening my door when I come home from work, because on occasion, Freddy will go completely rebellious and try to dart outside. And so I have to stay on my P's and Q's during that time. So Freddy will also chew on the sticks. Oh, I was cleaning up earlier, and trust me, I know when I open up my vacuum, there's gonna be a lot. So he is deciding which end he wants to play with. Now, the furry end, of course, he knows. But that end is easy for him to catch. So we do also have the bamboo stick itself, which Freddy really... Uh-oh. Oh, did you kick him out again? Uh-oh. Kitty gonna be mad. Yep. Sorry. I had to take Freddy down from the stove today about 5 times in maybe 10 minutes. And that was because he kept wanting to try to eat the fish I was cooking, which doesn't really surprise me. But he wasn't happy with it because he wanted to actively try to eat the fish before it was even cooked. And I like sushi, so I mean I can relate, but it was unnecessary. And he should have been behaved better while he was waiting on me making his own food, which of course I made his own food. That is what I always do. But he gets impatient, and that is why we tease him and rub his butt with the stick. Well, Freddy, Julia made her cat mad because she wanted to come hang out with you for a minute and escape the smothering of love by her own cat. So you should be thankful, Freddy. Uh-oh. Is it the toy or my shoe? Uh-oh. Could be both. We never know with the little guy. But he's been grooming a lot. And I think... Oh. Uh-oh. There is a video clip that I posted last night, Julia, where it actually has Freddy giving a meow straight to the camera. And that does not happen often. So don't play that one. But it's there. It's like one of the 5-minute clips. But we finally have a few isolated incidents of Freddy crying for the camera. And also I do have him falling off of the counter right there. Which I laughed at him for falling off. And I think he's still a little salty about me laughing at him. But he's fallen off of a few things. And it's just because he's too long. So it creates problems. And he'll slide off on accident. So Freddy is now telling me he doesn't want to play anymore. He wants to groom, and that's alright. I'm going to let him groom. Well, you know, it happens. I was super amused when he fell off. And, yeah, it was... You should, Julia. I mean, why not? like, I'm gonna play with Freddy anyway, and why not have a community of people I can chit chat with and post with at the same time? Um, and so there's a friend that I know that posts and has their own channel. And so, one of the cool things is the ability to like start a live video session together, and it'd be like a split screen where you can go ahead and post with somebody else. So think about it, Julia. It's fun. It does take a certain amount of time and dedication because I think I am getting pretty close to. Hey, Prince, good to see you again, my friend. But yeah, it takes a good bit. I think I'm getting close to like my 450th video. And so, um, oh, well, I mean, remember, you can always rename your channel, and then you can just set it up however you like. And, you know, if you want to restrict access to certain people, it's, yeah. So, I mean, I can't even remember the first name of my channel. Um, then again, thank you very much for that, Prince. I do appreciate it. Because it helps. It does help. Um, so Prince was here last night when Freddy fell off the counter. Oh, it still made me laugh. But Freddy, of course, gave me a dirty look for laughing. Because he knows what a laugh is. But yeah, you can go ahead and, you know, just start something up. Put it under a different name. You don't ever have to, like, put your face on there or really get into your personal life. And I kind of recommend not getting into your personal life or putting your name on there, you know, but as time goes by, you may feel different about it. Especially if you're sitting there on, like, you know, 10,000 followers or something like that. You know, maybe. Me, any appearances I make are actually accidental. Because I'm just not big on putting myself out there. Oh, little Calic, close up. Freddy, we're gonna play with your Calic a little bit, buddy. Are you good? You happy, buddy? You have my shoes, so you look happy. Yeah. He has had a plethora of shoes today. I have videos, Julia, with much, much less than 50 views, let alone like 50 likes. So, I mean, that is a good thing. It's heartening. But you can build from there. One of the things I will tell you is, like, overall, I think I have like 300,000 shorts views. But the hours you only get from live streams and videos. So, if you are aiming for monetizing your channel, the lives really help. And building up 3,000 watch hours, it takes a good bit. Now, if they counted the watch hours from my video shorts, I would have like 20,000 hours. But they don't count those, and that, you know, that's just the way the rules work. Well, they only go away if the people unsubscribe. When I first really started trying to make a channel, I think I had two subs. Two subscribers who were just friends of mine, and since I want to say February of this year, now I have gotten up to 929. And I would love to get all the way to 1,000, because when I have 1,000 subscribers, and if you go back to making your own YouTube channel and you have like YouTube Studio and everything, there you go, Prince. There's nothing wrong with having a channel, um, especially when you're posting what you like to do. If I played video games, like I used to play video games, I played World of Warcraft. I want to say, I don't know, 15 years ago. But I would be on that game like 5, 6 hours at a time. I just didn't really pay attention to YouTube because I was always on that game. But if I knew then what I know now, I'd have been playing that game with a live stream, probably a Twitch channel, all that good stuff. Yeah, Julia, that's all you have to do. I mean, like I said, I accidentally, on occasion, you'll see a glimpse of my face, but I don't think there's anything wrong with maintaining your privacy as far as that goes, because, people are weird. People do creepy things, and, you don't want anyone to be trying to do that, or, use your image in a weird way. Kisses. Oh, I caught him good on that one. Freddy didn't see it coming. Well, I mean, he literally saw it coming, but he didn't move. Buddy, are you going to be playing with my shoes? He's laying on top of his toy. And while I have multiple toys still laying around, well, I mean, I didn't like school either. I still did it. Because at one point in my life, I was going to go into the U.S. Navy for nuclear engineering. And, I mean, trust me, that would have been 24-ish years ago. And I'd be in a very different situation. But at that same time, but then I might not have Freddy. And I want to keep Freddy. Prince, I'm going to subscribe to your channel, my friend. So don't you worry. I'll sub back. And try to support you as well. So, Julia, what level of schooling are you in? Like, high school for me was rough, but I had just moved from, yeah, you're at that point where it's gonna be kind of tough. It's gonna be tough probably for the next 2 years. Like, high school is more of it seems like a popularity contest, and that continues on into high school. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I will do so, my friend, I promise you. I'm a man of my word. I will go ahead and sub. And, Prince, you did not leave any dishes that I need to make from Bangladesh, because I will cook them. So, go ahead. Send me some suggestions. But like I said, leave them on one of the other videos. That way I can actually look them up afterward, because I can't look up my comments from a live stream. So, that being said, leave some suggestions. I will cook one of them, at least. Promise. Yeah, but Julia, that 8th grade, where was I? 8th grade, I had just moved to Florida from a little island in Michigan. And it was a little bit after Hurricane Andrew. And so that is when, like, hurricane coverage totally changed. But I have lived through, like, a good 40 hurricanes now. And they can be intense and they are dangerous, and you should always treat them with caution and care. But um, if you're prepared correctly, they can also be fun. So take that for what it is. You'll figure it out in about 10 more years. 10 more years. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Fredo. Well, you can come up here and play, Freddy. Do you want to? Do you want to come up here and play? I'm gonna scoop you up, Freddy. Come on, buddy. No more ground level Freddy for now, at least. Well, I think I have a little bit of a cold. Good call. Good call. I can't leave the live stream, or else I would do it right now. But once Prince leaves a comment on there, then I can go ahead and subscribe to him as well. Like I said, we are building our own little community, and it's fun to be able to talk and talk about whatever we need to. Not liking school, I completely get it, but you're at a point where it does get a little bit rough. But as long as you focus on the good parts, everything will be fine. And of course, don't get distracted by the whole popularity contest that is high school, because it'll hit you faster than you think, but you don't want to mess it up. Hey, buddy. There you go, Freddy. Lamkachi? Or Yamkachi? I mean, I'll give it a try. And thankfully, I live within a half hour of a few good markets. And I use those markets a lot for food that I can't find at one of the normal American grocery stores. Because while I go there for a lot of things, I like to also find new things. And here we go, Freddy boy. What are you doing? Oh. Play mode, Freddy. Claw check. Out, 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 out. Aye! He was getting me a little bit on that one. He has been cleaning himself so much. But, again, I think it's because of all the storms and humidity. What are you doing, bud? You gonna dance? No? Alright, buddy. This is one of my favorite things to do. Is make Freddy go side to side. It drives him crazy. But it's just one of the many ways we play. And it keeps him active. Oh, I had a handful of flu, Freddy. Goat kachi. Okay. Well, I've made curry goat before. So I'll give that a try too. That's fine. And goat's pretty good. It's a lean meat. Kind of like venison in a way. Uh-oh. He's looking at me like, Dad, if you keep making me roll around, we might have problems. No, he just wants to play. So, he's got strong legs. This is how we make Freddy's legs stronger. Push. Yeah. Well, Freddy doesn't really get mad. He only, he'll get a little bit annoyed if he doesn't get, like, a good bite in at some point. Because he wants his bites. Uh-oh. Well, let me fix your floof. He's being cute. Aren't you, buddy? You can watch how big his eyes get. So they'll retract a little bit. But he knows my hand's right here. So I'm going to give it like a minute. Yeah. Yeah. That is when a cat is ready to really hunt, like, they get so big. Hey, Freddy. I know. We're going for a close-up, my boy. They get that way. And so now we can see some of the green coming back. And he's staring me right in the eye, so I'm trying to get a good view of it without blocking him out. But yeah, when he is super ready, see the tail action? That is because he is wanting to hunt a little bit. So he'll get excited. And like I said, that's just one of the ways we play around. But I like to give him exercise. And that's why we go outside and we go for walks. Yeah, that's because their pupils totally dilate. They want all the light coming in so they get the best, like, view that they can get. And that is also why, like, I'm not worried about Freddy and a snake. I'm not worried about that. Freddy's faster than a snake, so I don't have to sweat that. And we do have rattlesnakes. We have coral snakes. Down here in Florida, we have cottonmouths. But Freddy tends to be faster than those. So I'm not worried about that. My only, like, concern with Freddy is actually a falcon, a hawk, or an eagle. Because some of them, they just dive so quick that as fast as a cat and their reactions are. A little hunting look. I got your paw. No, I've got your paw. No, I've got your paw. I've got your paw. Alright. We can play this game forever. But I got your foot. Now what are you gonna do? Nothing. Thinking about it? Thinking about it? That's when his eyes go black. No, Freddy's awesome. He is super cool. But yeah, Freddy's eyes go and dilate just like any other cats would if he was in a fight. But he knows we're just playing around, we're just goofing off. And I mean it's just one of the things we do. We goof around a little bit, we have fun, he gets to eat, and he ate plenty already today. Although he did see the bottom of his food bowl and thus again started singing the song of his people. He was very upset that he could see the bottom. He thought he might be starving. Meanwhile, there were still like 2 days worth of food in that bowl, but that's Freddy. I mean, I know. It has been 800 years since you last ate food. Look at that sad face. Thinking about all the food that he did not eat in the last 5 minutes. So, he's a good boy. But, Julia, I don't know where you're from. If you're from the U.S., I think you are. Prince is from Bangladesh. You're in class, bro? Nah, Prince, man. Come on, dude. Pay attention in class, man. You're gonna need that later on in life. Trust me. Hopefully, fourth class is like home ec. Although I cook a lot and sew a lot. Alright, you know what? Home ec's actually a pretty good class. Pay attention even in home ec. But as long as it isn't something crucial. I think I was in 6th grade and I tried to join band and I had my grandfather's flute. And that is what I was trying to play. I really wanted a saxophone. Like, I just thought a saxophone was so cool. But it is also expensive. So, so I did not get a saxophone. I got my grandfather's flute. But band's good. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know how to... Alright, rub it in, Julia. Just rub it in. I wanted to play one. Because I really thought, and I still do think, by the way, that a saxophone is cool as hell to play. Well, another reed instrument right there. Clarinet's cool. One of my fun things that I do, which drives other people absolutely nuts, is I put on like orchestra music because I like to hear it. And one of my favorite things though is actually like jazz flute, jazz saxophone. Those things are awesome and they're fun to hear. and they can really lift up some spirits when you are not feeling at your best. Books, I love science fiction, horror, and history. Books are great. Um, but, however, I will tell you, I can't tell you the last book I read. I do believe the last book I read was called The Last Detective. And it was about a detective still doing his job even though the world was ending. Are you cleaning the floof? Yeah, Freddy's floof cleaning at the moment. Not his junk, but the actual floofy bits. Like that right there. Good job cleaning your floof, Freddy. I think you've cleaned every part of yourself at least 13 times today. That's a good boy. Books are great too. But a good book. The Floof, indeed. Look at all of it. It's just there. And he's like, "Why are you playing with my floof? Can't play with my floof, Dad. I can play with your floof, because I am Dad." Well, uh-oh. Claws are now engaged. I have to protect my hands a little bit. Bangla. Is that like Bangladesh manga? Like comics? I used to love reading comics. I had a big old collection too. It's one of those things that you don't think about when you get older, but how much would my comic book collection be worth today? And that is not a number I like to think about because I'm like, damn, I think I threw out like $10,000 on accident. Just because of comic books and things like that. My sports cards. Now I really don't want to think about that. That was a lot. Marvel Comics. Wow. Um, so it's funny. Before the Marvel movies made the Infinity War, it was actually released in comics. And when I mean before, I mean like 25 years before. And they changed a bunch of things. And part of that was like character licensing and everything else. But I had already read about the Infinity War. I was in my teens. I mean, I'm in my 40s now. But like, I was in my like teens, like 16, 17. But I think they actually came out like around when I was 10. And so anyone who's ever read like the comic for the, it's like a normal book. Well, I will have to look it up. But uh yeah, I think at around 10 is when the Infinity War comics actually came out. And there's a lot of characters you do not see in the movies that were in the Infinity War. And they changed a lot of the reasoning and stuff like that. Normal books prints, I really, really like sci-fi. Sci-fi and a good, like, supernatural horror story. Those are always fun. I mean, not always fun. If it's well written, it's fun. Like Stephen King, of course, like writes some of the best, and he's gonna carry that crown for a good long time. But there's other people out there, and keep reading, man. You are not wrong for loving a good book. Good books are great. They help build your vocabulary and everything else, and in the end, you end up learning how to speak so much better on anything when you like to read. Um, I really liked Silver Surfer for a long time as far as Marvel Comics. And I did also really like, again, the Infinity War, uh, Guardians of the Gauntlet, which has Rocket and everybody else in it. But those are old. It's funny because people know them now as the movies, but they're old. Wolverine, Deadpool, they've been around a long time. It's just that they weren't mainstream. But once technology caught up with the comics, uh, now it's amazing. It's great. I mean, I remember when I saw Avatar in 3D when it first came out. I was like, wow, 3D had changed. Oh, you want to see the outside, Prince? Sure. We can go outside. Let me let me strap on my gear because I have to take my shoes from Freddy. But we can see a portion of the outside. Now you do have to remember it is the middle of the night here. But I do believe the moon is out. So we can take a field trip, pardon me for the dark spot. But we are going to be heading on out front. So currently right here is my garden. Got a lot of things going on. Lemon verbena, Thai basil, tomatoes, broccoli, cranberry hibiscus, oregano, my grow light, a little bit of lemongrass that is drying, my live lemongrass, hibiscus, Brussels sprouts, a lot of turmeric because I'm a big fan of turmeric. And it is kind of dark. So I'm going to go to a little bit of a more well lit area right behind the house. And so this is a kind of a typical Florida view. And what I mean when I say that is a lot of thick growth trees, palm trees, a lot of construction and homes and everything else. Because, of course, everybody takes over everything. I don't think. Yeah, you can't really see the trees that are in my front yard just because it's too dark. This is my banana tree that I am really hoping grows as fast as it's been since I put it in the ground. It used to be in a one of my buckets in my front yard, but now it is really taking off. But the better part is that not only is it taking off, but it has a second stalk coming up. So that'll be pretty cool. So I'm giving you an eye level of how thick everything is here. If you were looking at like Freddy's level, that's kind of what you're looking at. Oh, it's a millipede. So I have a lot of millipedes in this area. I'm trying not to get stung. That's a millipede. Quite a lot. Yeah, yeah, it is super snake friendly, which is why I don't roam around in it at night. But we can watch this millipede. Let's see, about 5 inches. And there are hundreds of them out here. He knows he has, oh, like I said, there's another one right there. So, and another one, and another one. So, and another one, and another one. Oh, man. So, they're having a little get together back here. And I want to preserve my toes. They're not deadly, but you don't want them biting you. Especially in large. Yes, there are scorpions in Florida. Yellow scorpions, in fact. And I've caught a few of those before. I'm going to let the millipedes do their thing. And I know there are plenty that live in this bucket. From when I was transferring some of my cranberry hibiscus. But yeah, Florida does have scorpions. You're welcome, Prince. On some of my other videos, you'll get to see more of the greenery during the daytime, or the next time I do a daytime live. I'll make sure I clip some of that so you can check it out. Florida's mostly flat, but oh, brown scorpions. Yep. I've been to Texas. I was hanging out in Austin and Dallas for a while with a friend of mine a long time ago. But yeah, the yellow ones, they're small, and that is like the issue. You won't notice them until like they're already there. And of course, Freddy right by the door. Because if I'm outside, Freddy wants to know what's going on. Come on, buddy. Good boy. But yeah. And so you know, you don't want to get bit by them. Or stung in the case of a scorpion. The millipedes, though. Holy cow. When they group up, they put out a scent or a pheromone, and they just all come out. But then you could accidentally be walking and like crunching through like hundreds of them in a minute, and you just don't want the acid. It's kind of like a red ant, where it's formic acid. You don't want to have that everywhere. Are you talking about the millipedes, or are you talking about the scorpions? The ones with spikes all over are actually caterpillars. Caterpillars and some types of centipede. And Florida has more than a few caterpillars you just don't want to touch. Yeah, those are actually the caterpillars. And so if you see spikes, leave it alone. Let it turn into a moth or a butterfly. Don't pick it up. It's not worth it. We even have trees in Florida that you do not want to touch. Because in Florida there is a type of tree, a manganiel, and a manganiel tree can burn your skin off, especially if you stand under it in rain. The sap from a manganiel tree is so acidic, it will cause third-degree burns. And if you happen to actually be under it while there's a heavy rain, a tropical rain, and it's Florida, so you can get a tropical rain on any given wet day. It can kill you, and it will, because it will burn you that bad. And in a rain where it's just getting all over your body, you could literally end up with third-degree burns over your entire body from standing underneath that tree. It is not a tree you ever climb. It is not a tree you ever touch. You just stay away from that tree. Manganiel. But yeah, you can look up a manganiel tree. Or just look up deadly tree in Florida. And it'll take you right to it. And yeah, you don't play with that tree. You don't go near that tree. You leave that tree the hell alone. If you are going to do anything with that tree, you can burn it. Don't stand anywhere near it while you burn it, because the fumes will kill you. But yeah, burn it from far, far away. And don't breathe any of the smoke. It's not good. That tree fights back. Are we napping again, buddy? Are you gonna take a nap? I love you too. You sleepy boy. I know. Because sometimes 18 hours of sleep just doesn't do it. I know. Yeah, Florida has a lot of fun things. When we used to play paintball down in the Everglades, alligators, cottonmouth, eastern, rattlesnakes, crocodile, and yes, there are crocodiles in Florida. That is not a lie. They are here too. They're just not as big as the ones in Africa. 1:19 a.m. Prince. That's what time it is. I think you said. I think you're like what, 8 hours, 9 hours difference. Pretty big gap. I know you're on the other side of the world. But yeah. Anytime, Joseph. Anytime, my friend. It's always good to have you. You get some sleep, and you have a good one, my friend. It is about 1:19 in the morning, Prince. Joseph is in Texas. So I want to say that's 2 hours difference. So there it's probably 11:19 p.m. Whereas it's 1:19 a.m. here. Where I'm at in Florida. Now, the very end of the panhandle in Florida, it would be 12:19 p.m. because the time zone actually cuts through a little bit of Florida. So, a little bit different, but not totally different, just a little bit. So, it's an hour different if I were all the way up in the panhandle and a bit more to the west. Then it would be 12:19. So that is the time zone update. Oh, I think Julia left. I didn't get to say have a good night. Well, still, I would have, but she'll catch up on that at some other point. Alright. Well, it is starting to get a little bit late, but I wanted to go ahead and jump on, talk to everybody. I still am apologizing to people for falling asleep. There's a couple people I definitely missed, and I will catch up with them at some point. And when I can catch up with everybody that I owe an apology to for the time that I fell asleep during a live, I will. Wait till I show you guys one of the Joro spiders. We have our orb spiders, or orb weavers, here in Florida. They are like a 6-inch across spider. But now, courtesy of the Far East, we do also now have Joro spiders, which seem to be harmless, but they're also really big. So, if you have arachnophobia, I will give you a warning before we do that video. Because a 6-inch spider is a 6-inch spider. And that might not be, good for everybody. But, that being said, I'm going to let everyone go. And I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your family's well. And I hope you can find yourself being happy in whatever is going on. And always come by, always chat with us. And let's continue to build ourselves a nice little community of friendly people. And just keep it friendly. That's all we got to do. So, you guys have a good night. And after talking about spiders, of course, I am going to go ahead and feel things crawling all over me after I turn the lights off in the house. So, there is that. So, I'm going to leave you with Freddy for a moment. Because Freddy wants to give everybody a good night smooch. Good boy, Freddy. Alright, you guys, stay safe, be well. Everybody love each other. Have a good night.